Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? We are starting episode 26 and the 4-week series. Today is the last week. Can you believe that? The 4-week series on Entrepreneurs Empowerment Series. And I'm so excited to bring my special guest today. Yes, my special guest today, Miles Ramboyong. And welcome everybody that's joining on Facebook and on Instagram. We are so excited that we get the opportunity to share. We get the opportunity to share who we are, what we're all about, and most importantly, so that you could become better all the time you watch me. So we have people joining. We have people excited about, really getting into their destiny. Last week in our empowerment series, we had Claudia. She is a guru in real estate, and she was really able to share with us her story, what she did, how she was able to get excited about what she was doing, and really it changed her life. And that's what we're looking for today. We are looking for people that want to be excited about their lives, right? Want to be excited about their destiny, want to be excited about what they're doing. And yes, we are just so excited about joining your lives today. I see everybody. Hi, Miles. How are you?
Hey.
That's awesome. So
How are you doing?
I am awesome today. How are you? You could join me on Facebook too. Okay. So I'll be talking as you're setting up. Yeah. So last week it was just such an amazing time. We got so many responses. We were kind of like all focused on really getting people to become better in their destiny. So she shared how disappointment, really, that's what she shared, how disappointments are opportunities. And afterwards, Claudia, I don't know if you're going to join me today, but afterwards, I got so many people DMing me and messaging me and saying, wow, I really want to do something different in my life. I feel stuck where I'm at. I don't know what I'm doing. So it was really exciting. But today I'm really excited. I'm always excited, but you know what? It's better to be excited than not to be excited. So I'm going to keep it excited. I see so many people joining. Natasha, thank you, telling me I'm looking gorgeous. I see my husband joined, Yvette, all these people joining here. And we're going to get started in a little while. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mom. How are you? My mom is always supporting me, and that is such a blessing from God that my mom is always supporting me. Yeah, so I'm still waiting for I don't know if you want me to invite you so that you can see.
Yeah.
Or
can you hear me okay?
I can. You sound
Okay,
perfect.
great.
Yeah.
Just if you could just invite me really quick and then I'll
Yes,
I'll
I did. I just invited you on Facebook.
Okay, let's see.
And yeah. So the picture I have is the one with swimming or something.
Yep, that's it. Really
Yeah,
quick.
if you
I was
join,
that week,
it will automatically tell me bring you to camera, or you can ask for me to get you in. Yeah, so last week it was such empowering. Obviously, she brought it down. She spoke about her background. She spoke about things that she was doing that got her and escalated her to where she needed to be. Okay? So you just said hi to me on Messenger?
Yep.
Okay, so you have to go on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Okay. You would think that I would have this down after.
Oh no, that's fine. Right? Listen. I will talk. I can talk until you get it. So not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yes. So many people were just so excited about last week's episode, but this is the last week. I can't believe it. Are you guys understanding that next week is February? January is gone. What have you done to get better in January in 2021? Wow, that's really the question we need to start asking ourselves. So we will definitely start. Okay, let's see.
Because I'm connected. It's
Yeah, you just join my live. You should get a notification.
Okay.
That go on the notification part of Facebook. Hi, Milton. How are you? Joelle, how are you doing? Christine. So we're gonna get started shortly. These empowerment series for entrepreneurs is really not just for entrepreneurs. This is really for just anybody that wants to get better in their life. That's really the key. The key is wanting to get better. The key is finding a destiny. The key is becoming better than what you were yesterday. Competing with your partner, but competing with yourself, right? So yeah, it's my 54th birthday Thursday. Oh my God, Milton.
Wow, you're Aquarius.
Ooh, 54th birthday. That's amazing. Do we know each other for that long? Wow, I'm still 25, so I don't know what happened. Yeah. Okay, so go to the actual Facebook.
Yep.
And look up my name,
Yep.
Jinary Arce-Cotto.
Yep.
And you should see me live.
Yep. And it's going through the your story. So I don't know if when I pull it up, it goes up there as your story. So
yeah.
All right, let me just try it again.
Okay.
Try now.
All right.
Yep, we should be good now.
All right.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, you should say hi to me.
Yeah.
It will automatically tell me bring you to camera.
Yeah.
And then you haven't said hi to me yet. But we are on Instagram. Hey, you say hi. Okay, now awesome. I got you on, and so now you could tell me there you go. I'm gonna bring you to the camera, okay?
Okay. All right.
There you go. And then all right, so then we'll ask everyone about the
I got it. I got it. It's as low as it can go.
Yep. Make sure it's low and that is muted on the side. Yay! Oh my God, I don't hear any echo. I think we perfected it.
I don't know. Is it muted on the side? Can you hear it's muted?
So where do you have the headphones on? Instagram?
I have it on Instagram. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I could switch it. Yeah.
No. Leave it like that. It's not a problem. What I'm gonna do on my side is lower mine because. Okay. All right. Does anybody hear an echo? And then we will get started. This is awesome. Okay. All right. I still hear a little bit of an echo.
Yeah.
So let me just make sure that mines are muted. Okay, I'm muted. And make sure that on the side, right, that yours is muted.
On the side, there isn't a side per se where it could be mute here.
Yeah, the little side where you turn off on and off.
Yeah, it's all the way down. I don't know if you can mute though.
Okay, it kind of stops, which is awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Could you guys let me know whether or not you guys could hear an echo or a feedback, and then we could get started. I'm excited about this live, and I see so many people joining here. So, oh, what did you do? Whatever you did, it stopped.
It did?
It did?
What did it happen?
Okay, hold on one second. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Facebook. Okay. All right. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
All right, beautiful.
I think we may be.
I think we're good.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
All right, do you see yourself on Facebook? You're paused on Facebook.
On Instagram, I'm paused on Facebook. I don't know why I'm paused on Facebook. Let me just.
All right.
I don't know. Pause on Facebook. I can see you.
You can see me?
Facebook. Yep, I can see you on Instagram. I can see you on Facebook.
All right, you see me speaking and everything is good?
Let me see.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you.
Let me request to join one more time. We'll just see.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you back, okay, to the camera.
Okay. Return to watch. Okay.
All right, there we go. I think we're good.
Okay.
All right.
We're
We're
connected.
All right. I think we're good.
Beautiful. Okay. Yay. We're good.
We'll
I don't think there's feedback. If there is, somebody will let us know.
Yeah,
So
I'm
how
sure.
is everyone doing today? We are on episode 26 on the 4-week series. This is the last week of Entrepreneurs Empowerment Series. And really the goal here was to empower people that want to do something different in their lives, people that want to start their own businesses, people that have a heart of being an entrepreneur, people that really want to focus on success and getting better and moving on in their lives. You know, a lot of us, it's like so old to be stuck where you're at. It's time to really start living and stop surviving. And there's so many tools out there for us to get there. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want you to get better every single day. So this is series number 4. And I have with me Miles Ramboyong. And he is amazing. I am going to do a really professional introduction because you really got to get to know him. But I'm most excited really about this episode for a reason. When we started the goals last month in January, and we did a, resolution or goals, which one you should have, one of my goals was to be better on time. And it was actually something that I didn't really focus on. I mean, I do focus on it. I have a schedule. I have a combined calendar with my husband. We do all that stuff. But my children were the ones that actually came up to me and told me, Miles, Ma, it seems like you're always rushing. So we got to get better at that, right? Because in the beginning of the year, we have an open floor. Everybody feels comfortable in sharing what they need to share. We talk about positivity, but I also give them an opportunity to share whatever they think I could get better on, and vice versa. I'll go to my husband, I'll go to the kids. I think we should get better on. So timing was one of the things that they ganged up on me on. No, they didn't gang up on me, but they were kind of like, Gina, mom, babe, you're always rushing. You're doing a lot of things. We understand that. So I'm excited about this. So I want to introduce Miles because I think one of the biggest things as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone that works in the corporate arena, somebody that wants to get better, you really have to get a hold on. So when I spoke to Miles, that was one of the things that he mastered. And I was like, we need to talk about this, Miles. We need to talk about it. You need to share this with the world. All right, so let's talk about it. This is episode 4. We're gonna talk about own your time. All right. Don't leave me. I see who's on. Don't leave me. This is gonna be awesome. So Miles Ramboyong, and I apologize in the beginning, Miles, because I was saying your name wrong.
No,
And
that's
I don't
okay.
know. I think I'm gonna blame it on the autocorrect. I promise. I'm gonna blame it on the autocorrect.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So Miles Ramboyong is the founder of SGU Consulting, a New York City tech support firm that offers comprehensive IT consulting services to small businesses and private government contracting work. Miles is a graduate of Radford University with a bachelor's degree in business, then went to get all his technical certifications degrees in George Mason University. He spent his early years working for the U.S. government with top secret clearance, both for the FBI, developing a database for firearms and the Department of Defense, helping the government go paperless. We need to talk in private. Today, Miles resides in New York City. He's married to his high school sweetheart. How beautiful is that? And they have 2 beautiful boys, Sebastian and Christian. He is considered by his peers as a master networker, a connector. Outside of his business world, you can find Miles enjoying life, triathlon training, ice climbing, and being in the outdoors, leading the Club Scout troops, but most importantly, spending time with his family. So ladies and gentlemen, will you help me welcome Miles Ramboyong?
Wow, Gina, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know where to begin, and I know we have a short
so tell me a little bit. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit how you think you are impacting others, and then we could get to the nitty-gritty about what we want to talk about today.
Sure. So when I started my career, I always knew I wanted to be in business. That's, a lot of people, they don't have the opportunity to know what they want to be when they grow up. I knew it was in business. So when I first started, I really thought I wanted to own my own restaurant, my own club. So I went to school for really hospitality, so restaurant, hotel management, and in a small school in Virginia. So I'm originally from Virginia,
Okay.
and when I went to college and I studied business, I love business. Both my parents are accountants. They thought I should go into accounting or nursing. So those were the two professions, but I really didn't want to go that route.
Yeah, yeah.
Through college, I realized that the restaurant business wasn't for me. I was on the track. I was on the track of being a manager. I was in DC, in the club scenes and managing restaurants, and I didn't want that lifestyle. So I had the opportunity from a college buddy of mine, said, hey, I'm working for the FBI. Would you be interested? And I said, of course. And I had the opportunity to work for a contractor working with the government and for this company called DrugFire, which is a database, which was a database for me to scan bullets and cartridges in a system so they could match them against potential crime scenes. Right. Being Virginia, I had no idea, even though a lot of people had guns. I had a lot of friends who had guns, but I wasn't a gun guy. So going into that industry, I learned quickly that I needed to get into technology.
Yes.
And from there, I worked for the government, because in Virginia, there's a lot of, Virginia, DC, Maryland, there's a lot of contractors there. And in 2004, I had an opportunity to move to New York, and I followed my then girlfriend, now wife.
Beautiful.
And she was a makeup artist. I said I was going to come to New York because I was doing business in New York, and I decided to start my own IT consulting firm.
Wow. Okay.
So 17 years later, I've developed my own style. Beautiful. And know that managing time is really important to people. Mm-hmm. And I feel, I don't say mastered time, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So give me a little bit of those key milestones growing up that led you to become an entrepreneur.
Sure.
In the technology space. What were some of those key milestones?
Well, for me, I always had several jobs. So it wasn't necessarily technology. Growing up, I had 2 paper routes. I had a schedule. I had track. I ran track in high school. I also did football. On the weekends, I mowed lawns, and I also worked retail. So I had a lot of jobs. In addition, I had a girlfriend.
Yep.
I played the piano. Ooh. And you have schoolwork. So I was always juggling a lot of things.
Always. And you know what, Miles? I see that a lot in the mindsets of entrepreneurship, of people that have that mindset of business, of being an entrepreneur, is usually they start working very young, right? I was 13 when I started working in the library. In downtown, I worked in the biggest library, right, in New York City, in 42nd Street. I was 13 and I was just dying to get a job. I wanted to have my own money. I wanted to, and you kind of see that with people that want to prosper, that they want to move on. They're not home sleeping, in other words. They're not home in front of the video game.
That's right.
They're doing something with their lives. And I love that you share that when you're young, paper route, retail, just everything that you were doing, which was just molding you to become the person that you are today, so that you can juggle and you can do what you're doing now and still maintain that balance.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Still maintain that balance. So you did paper route. Tell me all those things again. You did retail.
I did retail, paper route. You have a girlfriend. You have schoolwork. Yeah. You have your chores.
Yep.
You mow the lawn. So you're always grinding.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But what I realized, throughout the years, you have to prioritize things.
Yes.
So you only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So you need to realize something has to give.
Yes.
And you have to communicate that. And you need to be transparent.
Yeah,
and you need to be honest to people. So most people like to say yes and not necessarily want to hear no. So if you're an opportunistic person,
right,
and you just want to please everybody, it's going to be tough because you're going to fail people.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's so key that you're saying that, because I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm 25 plus years old. It's all good. It's all good. And I'm still learning how to say no.
Sure.
That's something that I'm learning, and I'm being very transparent about it.
Sure.
I'm still learning how to say no, because you want to please everybody. You want to kind of fit it in. And I started realizing, kind of like you get to a level that priority is priority, and you cannot please everybody. I love that. I mean, if people are listening today, I'm sure you got to have a notebook. You got to have something to write with, because it's real easy to say no to people. But what happens when you have three major people that are real close to you telling you need to do something, and you know that you told your son, I was going to go play baseball with you, or you know that you told your wife that you had a date night that weekend. Right. Right? So making those notes is so important, so that you can realize, listen, the world is, I mean, obviously your mom is in the hospital, you got to drop everything. Okay. Right. You know, those are priorities. But there's a lot of times that a friend is calling you, hey, could you help me do this? Hey, could you help me do that? Or your coworker is calling you, right? Those things might not be in the same priority list as I'm gonna go play baseball, or I gotta go see my baseball you know, game, or you know, this is our date night. And I love that you say that, because those were one of the things that impacted me when I was talking to you. I was like, okay, so you are super successful in what you're doing. You live in the city. I mean, you live right in the spanking city. That is not cheap. Okay. Right. And beautiful home, beautiful family. And a lot of those things were balancing it out. Talk to me about some of your daily habits or disciplines that continue to create success in your life.
So when I deliver the paper, you have to get up early in the morning.
Nice.
4:30 in the morning. So you deliver the paper, and then when you're done around 6:30, you have to get ready really quick and go to school. Yeah. So I've always been an early person. All right. Being in Virginia, there's a lot of military families, so people get up early. Yes. So my typical day would start at 4:50. Wow. So depending if I'm training for a race or if I'm just working out regular just to maintain. Yeah. And if I know I'm having a busy day, I'm still waking up at 4:50. Hitting the gym at 5:15, getting done, 6 o'clock, getting my kids ready, or, you know, helping my wife. 6:30 comes around, and then I clock in at 7 o'clock. Wow. 7 o'clock, my day starts. I'm finished with one client at 3 o'clock, and then I hit other clients from 3 to 5. I start getting back home from 5 to 6, try to decompress, have dinner at 6:30, from 6:30 to 7:30, hang out with my wife, family, try to get the kids ready for bed around 8:30, read, get them in bed by 9 o'clock. Yes. I try to go to bed early as well. Yeah. If I need to finish stuff, I go 9 to 10, and I'm out.
That's, you know, it is so obvious that you have a schedule, right? You know it to the T. You wake up in the morning, you know what you're doing. If something changes, you're going to sleep looking at your schedule. You wake up in the morning looking at your schedule. There's no surprises. Right. And I think that's what happens when people lack success. They include a lot of surprises in their life. They don't know what they're doing and when they're doing it. And then they wonder why they're not successful, right? Could I tell you that success is a planned event?
Absolutely.
So I'm still learning that. And I think I've gotten so much better, but it's that attitude that I have that I want to please everybody that I'm working on today, which I think your episode is so impactful for me, because when I could tell you, give me what you're doing in the day, and it just rattles off your tongue, you know exactly what you're doing. This is what people do to be successful. And I'm just so appreciative of your time and really taking out the time to speak to us, because it's the little habits that people don't change that stop them from being successful.
Absolutely. I mean, it really takes a village. So if I were to say I do this by myself every day, I would be lying. Yeah. So, you know the saying that says the same feather flocks together. Yes. So you surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Beautiful. People that will help you and motivate you to be there. Yes. So so when I work out, most of the time I work out with 3 other women. We run in Central Park. So if one person doesn't feel like running, or they're injured, or they're taking a day off, we have 3 other or 2 other person, or 1 person will show up. So we're all relying on each other.
Accountability.
And if we're running if we're running together, our pace is ridiculous. Because when you're running by yourself, you're just going to put your headphones on and just run. When you're running with somebody, you're going to be pushing each other.
Wow.
It's the same thing in business. If you both have a goal, you believe in something, you will be both accountable to each other.
And you know what I love about what you're saying today? You're dropping some serious nuggets, Miles, and I appreciate you for being transparent with what you're sharing. This is on everything that you want to be successful on. So we're not just talking about your business. We're talking about your health. We're talking about, I always talk about a holistic approach where you're not just having, you're not just a multimillionaire and it's just business. No, it takes a village. You are working with people that are doing what you're doing, that are like-minded. And the same thing, I have a lot of people here that join me, that they're pastors, that their focus is, the ministry, or their focus is, and that's their quote unquote business. I'm not saying church is a business, but it's the same principles, right? It's the same habits of, if you're doing something and you're taking care of people, or that's what you're doing, these successful principles have to apply, and you wonder why you're not getting to the place where you need to get to, is because you're avoiding these principles. I love it when you talk about accountability. I love it when you talk about that you have surrounded yourself. I love it that part of your schedule is reading. Part of your schedule is being accountable. I'm spending time with my wife. That's so big to me, Miles. How could you be successful and your relationships are broken? So that's not success. People they contribute success to money. And success is so much
that's
more.
Nothing. It's money is secondary.
Yes.
So for me, I'm spiritual.
Yes.
It's my health.
Yes.
And it's my family.
Yes.
Everything else, if it works the way it works out, it's great. But I'm not perfect. So if I know that I can just, this is not even enough, if I can just give 30 minutes to each member of my family, undedicated time, I feel that I've done what I am supposed to do. 30 minutes is nothing. So it's whether it's sitting with my son, waiting for the bus, reading with my sons together, but individual, undivided attention. 30 minutes, and then to my wife to just catch up. That's good.
I love it, Miles, because sometimes you think that there's nobody like you, right? Sometimes you think that everything is business, right? You connect with people with business and it's all about business, and then they go to the bar after work. And I mean, life has changed obviously because of the pandemic, but a lot of people would ask me, why are you not going to the bar after? Besides, that's not my lifestyle, but my lifestyle is not really, I'm going to go hang out with people from work when my time is limited. If I'm going to hang out with somebody, it's my family, right? I'm going to spend time with my girls. I'm going to spend time with my husband. I'm going to make sure that I'm being effective. So I love that about you. I love the fact that your wife is number one, your children are number one, but that doesn't stop you from being successful, right? It's
what stops people?
Yeah.
Themselves.
Talk to me a little bit about that. Let's talk about mindset.
So people should, it's one of the hardest things to really understand. They need to know what they want. So if I had 5 tips to give, number 1, you kind of have to know what you want, so you have a direction. So if you want to hit a milestone, you need to have like that goal. Like, I want to hit this plan, I want to hit this goal, whatever it is. So if I want to meet an ideal client, you just stay focused on meeting that one ideal client. Yes. The second thing I would suggest is having a deadline, because people need to have some type of structure. I'm like, okay, if I don't have a deadline, they're going to go about it whenever this happens, or whenever it's going to happen, right? So I like using the analogy of P90X.
Yes.
I like using exercising because it's hard. Exercising is hard. So within 90 days, it kind of gives you in 3 months milestones of where you could be and where and what you need to pivot.
Yep.
If
Yep.
things change.
Yes.
So once you figure out what you want to do, having a deadline, you need to come up with a plan on how I'm going to go ahead and approach this. Do I need to make phone calls to this person?
Yes.
Do I need to like send them emails all the time?
Yep.
Cold call?
Right.
Be in their circle?
Yep.
And surround yourself with a team that's going to help you get to that.
Yes.
The fourth thing, you know, again, it goes around with networking and having the right people around you, because in 30 days, you may get burnt out.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to have a team around you saying, Gina, keep at it, you can do it. Just keep on calling this person. You know, you're going to follow up and you're going to get some input and know right away, but give it the 90 days that you plan. And then the fifth piece of information is you need to document it. You need to have some kind of tracking system where you could go down the calendar and say, day 1, I called this person. Day 2, I called this person. I emailed this person.
Yes.
Day 15, I sent them a handwritten note.
Beautiful.
Day 20, I sent them an email.
I love it.
Or with a video. You know, or, you know, so if you have those 5 tips of managing your time and achieving your goal, you're going to get somewhere.
I love it. I love it. I have D Gunn. She's one of my favorite girls. We've been connecting. She's actually using my book for one of the women's groups, right? I wrote a book called Prevail, The Process of Overcoming. So she's using it with her women's group. So thank you, D.
Great.
But she said, which I thought was cool to say, smart, specific, open and closed goals. Then she said, documentation allows great tracking and journey.
Absolutely.
Right? Also journaling, putting things down. These are tips, and I love it, Miles. I mean, everything you're saying is so on key, and you're almost closing up this entrepreneur empowerment series because you're talking about everything that we've been sharing for the past 4 weeks. And it's really putting everything and understanding that whatever is your why, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you want to get to, if you follow these tips, you're going to get to the end result. What's happening is that people, they have wishes, right? People have wishes. Oh man, I want to lose 40 pounds, right? What are you doing? You're still eating fried pork chops every day.
That's right.
Like, you're not going to get there, you know? So let me tell you, I mean, this is a big accomplishment for my husband and I know I told you this.
I told you too. You look great. You've lost 21 pounds and it's going to keep on shredding, girl.
Listen, this is huge, right? Now it's keeping it off. I'm being accountable to the world right now. Being accountable to the world. So in the beginning of the year, like right before December and I think it was October, you know, it was going to be my birthday soon. And I told my husband, babe, we've tried everything. We've tried every diet. We've tried this. We've done this. We eat healthy because we do, right? Our problem is the sweets for me. And for my husband, is just eating, right? So I told my husband, we cannot do that. I teach about mentorship. I teach about coaching. We need to get a coach. We need to get somebody, right? I have a close friend of mine. She's actually watching today, Natasha. She is, I'm going to have her on here. She's amazing. She's lost weight, but it's not just the losing of the weight. She's super healthy, right? Kind of like you, doing a whole bunch of awesome things. And I told them, if I don't get a few coaches to help me, to call us so that we could be accountable to them, so that we can, you know, okay, it's almost like you want to make somebody proud, right? Like, I'm doing it and somebody's like, wow, this is great. So in October, we started a program with stuff that we already eat. I mean, come on, guys. My husband and I own a health and nutrition business. And, you know, I'm like, how could I tell people about nutrition? Not that I'm super overweight. I just don't feel that I should be where I am, where I'm at, right? So we were just talking earlier, and my husband's like, wow, babe, you know, you look so amazing. And I said, it's not just about the looking, it's also the feeling, and it's also being who you say that you want to be, right? I mean, this show is called Gina Becoming a Better You. And before I can tell people what they're doing, right? I want to be holistic. I have a great marriage and this and that, but I felt that my health was not where I wanted it to be. So everything you're talking about, Miles, I appreciate you so much, because everything you're saying is exactly what people need to do to get to that level of success, right? And a lot of people used to tell me, well, you're so successful, you know, with your family. You're so successful with this and that. Why can't you do it with your health? And I was like, I do, but I feel like it's a treat. I need to eat my Twinkies at night, you know? Because it's a treat for me, because I work so hard. And it's just mindset, changing your mind, changing what you're doing, where you're going. I love the fact that you're amazing, successful in the arena of family. You're successful in the arena of IT. You have your own company. You have high-end clients. You're in the city. But another thing I love is that you are super athletic, right? So you already spoke about it. Yeah. You do your running, you do your climbing. Right. Tell me a little bit about that. How do you fit it in? I know you shared it a little bit, but that's also very key. We find a lot of successful people that are not healthy. Right. And that's scary, right? Absolutely. Because you're making the millions for the people that you leave behind. Right. Because you're not gonna, so what transformed in your mind that you were like, you know what, health has to also be a priority? Sure. So I lead by example. So I'm always in either selling, marketing, customer service. Yeah. And you get banged up. Yeah. You don't want to hear no all the time. Yep. So you have to be physically and mentally prepared. Beautiful. To go into battle. Yes. So I train, it's a lifestyle. So I do triathlons, I do half Ironmans, I've done marathons. I gotta join you in one of these. Yeah, I do, Miles, easy, for real. Easy. I got you. I know how to do it. Yeah. You know, so, but I surround myself with people who think that way too. Yeah. So getting up early in the morning, I look at the weather is 28 degrees. Do I really want to run in the morning? But whoever I'm working out with, they're gonna be there, and I could do it. Yeah. Do I want to sit in front of a whole bunch of people and present, which sometimes can be scary? Yeah. I surround myself with people to stand up in front of 50 people and just give a 15-second elevator pitch. It's not easy. And so you practice that. You put yourself in situations where you're forcing yourself to go over the cliff, but it's safe. Yeah. But you practice. I'm not a good public speaker. I'm not articulate. So my wife tells me all the time, my pronouns are always mixed up. So I practice that. And it's just repetitious. Yeah. Right? It's practice makes perfect. Yeah. So in terms of athletic ability, I'm an average athlete. I would say that I'm a B+ person. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I know my frame. Right. I eat right. I mean, I still indulge, but everything needs to be in moderation. Moderation. That's the key. Yeah. But you have to keep on doing the same thing because it's a lifestyle. Yes. And especially now when most people are sedentary, they're sitting at their desk for 8 to 10 hours a day. That's why my day gets started early in the morning, because if I don't leave and I work out, I'm in Central Park running 5, 6, 7, 8 miles in the morning or doing a ride for 28 miles early in the morning, I'm never going to do it. So it's already kind of like, and you shared it earlier in the live, where it's in your schedule, you know, you have to do it, you're accountable to people. And that's why I really thank you for sharing, and thank your wife for sharing you with us for an hour or a little bit under an hour, because, you know, people don't realize that it is possible. You're not a superhuman. All you're doing is scheduling, right? And I mean, for me, you're superhuman, because I am not a morning person. I'm open about it. I do wake up in the morning, but and I gotta stop. You know what? Today is the last day I say that. I gotta stop saying that. I am a morning person tomorrow. No, but you know what I mean, because you become I do. To stay up to 4 in the morning, I'll probably stay up to 4 in the morning to wake up is a little bit, but those are the things that we all have to work on to get to the next level in our lives. I mean, I think we all have different things that we need to work on. For you is one thing, for me is another, right? You sound like a great public speaker to me. But then again, I'm not really a public speaker either. This is just something that God threw me out here, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm like, Lord, what are you doing? I don't know. But, I'm going out there. But you see how many people are being touched because they do realize that we're not perfect.
Right.
I'm not doing these lives to say, Gina's perfect, follow me. No, I'm doing these lives so that we can all be transparent with one another. You could learn from me, I could learn from you. But owning your time, it was just a topic that when we discussed, when we were talking and we had these great conversations back and forth, I was like, this is what Miles is he's on point with that.
Well, because it's so in terms of time, I tell my colleagues, my friends, my family, if you can't manage your time, you can't manage yourself. If you can't manage yourself, you can't manage other people. If you can't manage other people, you can't scale your business.
Yes.
It's just that simple. You can't do things by yourself.
I love it.
So people think they got to do everything by themselves. You can, but it's going to take you longer and it's going to be harder.
Yes. Yes.
That's so once you break out of that mindset, and even hiring people and managing people, it's it's very difficult.
Yeah.
You hit that ceiling where you're like, I don't want to invest in somebody. I don't want to pay somebody to do it because I don't trust them.
Right.
Well, you need to trust.
Yes. That's key right there. That's key. So there's a lot of people that they're in their own island that are listening. So there was a young man that one day was like successful. That's all relevant to what you think success is. Somebody making multiple six figures is success to some people. For a millionaire, they broke. Okay, so that's all relevant.
Absolutely.
But he was successful in his own right, and he was like, well, I am my own island. I do things on my own. I don't depend on anybody. And I'm like, wow, you're gonna stay making $200,000 a year. I guess you're okay with that, or whatever he was making. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we need to realize that we were created for greatness. I just had my 33rd podcast that came out yesterday, and I was really excited about it. 33rd podcast. I have a podcast called The Prevail Point, and one of the things I was talking in that podcast was, you know what, we need to get out of where we were, and we need to move on. It's almost February now. What have you done in 30 days or 28 days or wherever we are right now, right? Today is the 27th. What have you done in 27 days to change your mindset from 2020? People are still in that mindset. People are still in that trying to get over the pandemic. And listen, I am not putting anything down. We all went through it. My mother got it. My grandmother, it was a very scary time. My daughter as well, it was a scary time because you don't know, what may happen. And you have to be careful, right? We're not being silly either, or dumb and not paying attention to CDC rules and everything like that. But I'm not going to live my life in fear. Right. I'm not going to live my life not being able to manage my time or manage what I have going on because somebody else, is trying to dictate what I should do. Right. So, managing your time is so important. It's so crucial for you to find that connection, for you to find that next level in your life. So I have to tell you guys, I mean, if this is not enough, go subscribe to my podcast in Anchor, Spotify, or Google. Is free. And, talking about these things is just getting yourself to another level. And I always talk about it, Miles, because I think if we don't work on being better, not competing against other people, but competing against ourselves.
That's right.
What did we do yesterday that today we can get better at?
Absolutely.
And it could be as simple as, I went out yesterday, I didn't put a hat, it's snowing today. I should put a hat on. It's so simple, the little changes that we have to make that stop us from really escalating and getting to the next level. So one last question for you. I love it. Everything you're saying is so on point, Miles. Thank you for this time. what kind of advice, and I know you shared this already, but let's leave them with what kind of advice would you give to our viewers who are looking to reach new heights in their careers, business, or personal life? Give me some tips, give me some advice that you could give people that are listening, that you've gotten to a place that many people want to get to, and you're still not there, right? If we're still living,
absolutely.
we're still reaching different levels, right? But a lot of
so
our
you have
viewers, a lot of our viewers are not there yet, so go for it.
So everybody has their different seasons. I always, the mantra again is TNT, today, not tomorrow. So I try to get as much as I can done in a day and scheduled out. If I don't make it, great, it'll carry over. But my number one tip out of all the 5s that I really try to focus on is surround yourself with good people. The number one thing, like you can't, like really the same feather flocks together, and you have people saying, Gina, you can't do it. Gina, I don't think you can do it. Gina, you're not getting up early. I mean, all these negative things, it'll slowly chip away at you. Versus, Gina, let's make this happen, girl. Gina, we can do this. Gina, you got one more?
I
so
love
the
it.
mindset instantly changes. You're like, man, I got this.
For sure.
So you just, the basics aren't necessarily the basics for most people. Because they may be battling their demons, depression, their environment, their product of their environment maybe. But they have the opportunity to walk out of that and see what it could be. It's not necessarily, it may not be greener or better on the other side of the fence, but check it out. Just check it out. You never know. So there's a lot of New Yorkers that have never left Manhattan. I'm like, Manhattan's cool, but New Jersey's cool too. Connecticut's cool. You could travel outside and just take a bus. You know, they may say, I don't have a driver's license, I don't know how to drive. You could get on a bus and check other places out.
Beautiful. I love it. Miles, everything you said today was on point. Everything you said today, I'm sure the viewers are excited about it. If we could get some hearts, some thumbs up, you know, because you took out of your busy schedule. And when I say busy, is that, you know what, I have to schedule this with you, just like I have to schedule everything with everybody else. These things don't just happen, right? They happen justly. I don't just get on a live, hey, Miles, I haven't spoken to you in 10 years. Let's talk. No, we're here, we're planning, we're scheduling. We want to make sure that we are in impact to people. We want to make sure, listen, I just want to let you guys know something. I am not getting paid for this. One day, Miles, I will pay you for your 45 minutes or an hour.
You've already paid me
with
your graces and you know, your positivity. Look, what we do is it contributes to our society. So when people say,
how could people find you if they need your services? Talk to me about that.
They could find me from my website on sguconsulting.com. I love to help people in terms of technology. Back to what we're talking about, time. I love technology because I like being efficient. The phone, the tech, it's just a tool. If you don't use the tool, the hammer is not going to be as good as a rock.
Nice. So, I love that.
You know, mastering your time really comes down to what you want to do. It boils down to you. To me, what's my goal? What do I want to do? How am I going to get there? And just be dedicated to do it for 90 days.
Wow. 90-day increments. 90-day increments. You know, and then once you're there, you get another goal.
You pivot. You're like, what? So after you lose your weight goal, then what? What's next? You get a new wardrobe. You know, you're like, okay.
Then it's muscles. Then it's
that's right.
Okay, you know, let's do this, or let's tone this, or, you know, I mean, mastering your time is so important because at the end of the day, you're getting better. You're getting to another level in your life. And, you know, this is for people that are stuck. These are for people that maybe want to get better. Entrepreneurship, you know, somebody will look at that title and say, oh my God, well, I don't want to own my own business. I just want to stay in the 9 to 5. And that's great if that's what you want, right? So what's your why? What do you want? What do you want to get out of your life so that you could do whatever it takes to get there? And that's what owning your time is. That's what owning your time is actually saying, you know what, I'm going to get better in these areas in my life. I don't like what I did last year. I don't like what I did last week. What can I do to change that? What can I do to get better? And that's where we're at, owning your time. I mean, this is Miles Ramboyong. You were amazing. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank your
Gina.
wife. She's beautiful. Your children, you know, you're in the city. Be careful. But go out there one day. I promise you, I will meet you running at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Of course, we'll make it happen. I
We
will
will.
be your running mate. I will be your support person when you
Oh
win,
my God.
you
I
know,
would.
in Central Park. So I
Yes.
will be there,
That's
cheering you
awesome.
on.
I mean, it's just amazing when you could connect with people. I tell you guys, if you need any IT services, I on Instagram, I put his Instagram on there, and here on Facebook. If you want to write down before I let you go where you're at, what's your website, just write it, type it on
Okay,
Facebook
okay,
so
okay,
that
okay,
people
okay.
could, yeah, so that people could follow you, because you know what, you never know, people do need services all the time. And
Absolutely.
why not connect with somebody that just helped you get to another level? So, you know, I'm just so appreciative of you. These tips are amazing. And what we're going to do is really start thinking about owning our time, scheduling. What do you want? Are you looking at your calendar in the morning? Are you looking at it at night? Are you planning? Do you have a to-do list? Do you know what you want to accomplish in that day? Maybe for some people, it's too hard to accomplish something in a month. How about that day? How about what do you want to accomplish today when you wake up in the morning? What do you want to accomplish there? Because little increments of success eventually will get you to the bigger success. Okay, so thank you so much, Miles. I am
Thanks,
gonna let
Gina.
you go. You
I
are, go ahead.
appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You are amazing. I'm just gonna talk about what we're gonna do next week. It's Valentine's. Are you taking your wife? Do you know yet?
I don't, but I have some ideas.
As long as you have the ideas and you're
Yes.
planning them. I told my husband, he's like, he's the type, my husband is like, where do you want to go? I'm like, babe, surprise me.
Right.
He's like, but what if you don't like it? I promise, you know, I could be hard to please sometimes, but he knows what I like. But it's so many Valentine's is for relationships, and this is my next segue. So Miles, I'm gonna let you go. I know you
Right.
have me locked in for an hour, and
Thank you.
we will talk soon. Bye.
Okay.
And
Bye-bye.
everybody don't leave. I'm still gonna talk about next week. Bye. Beautiful. All right, guys. Wasn't that amazing? Oh my God, I see so many people watching, and on Instagram and on Facebook. I saw my daughter got on. I don't know if she's still on, but so many people watching and really getting the nuggets of how you can either become an entrepreneur, or maybe you don't want to be an entrepreneur, but maybe you want to do something better in your life. Maybe, you know, you want to be a manager or supervisor or something like that, or you know, if you're in ministry and you want to get to the next level in ministry and you wonder how these people made it and I'm still here, all of those things, we are here to help you. And at the same time, we're learning for ourselves what we need to do. So this is so awesome. Next month, you know, is two things, right? Next month we is Valentine's, February 14th. If you have a loved one, I hope that you're taking them out and doing something. But the biggest thing, we're going to talk about relationships, and that's huge. That's huge. So part of the reason why I wrote the book Prevail, the process of overcoming, right, was because my mother gave me the opportunity to write about her life, and I saw how successful she was in so many areas in her life. And I was like, man, you know, this has to be a legacy. You have to go out and you have to share it with other people. And at the end of the day, God gave me that platform to do that. And I have felt very privileged about that, doing that. And we, you know, at the end of the day, we want to start talking about love and relationship, different types of relationships. I'm gonna have my mom on the third week. The second week, I'm gonna have my husband, and the first week is gonna be me. But the topics are gonna be a little juicy. Why? Because I think that a lot of things that stop us from being successful is not getting our relationships right, is not getting them right. If you agree with me, thumbs up. If you don't agree with me, but if you look at it, right, there's a lot of people. If you start really looking at people's lives, a lot of reasons why their success stops or they go down from their success is because somewhere along the lines, their relationships lacked. Especially if you're a go-getter, right? If you're a hustler, everything is about business. If you're a hustler, everything is about ministry. If you're a hustler, everything is and at the end of the day, how are your relationships? Because if you don't have the right relationships, then everything else will crumble down. If you look at a lot of successful people, and we're going to talk about this next week, but if you look at that, many times is that their relationships are not right. So we're going to talk about some juicy topics next week, I hope. And I know that you're going to tune in. This owning your time, Miles did an incredible job, honestly. Like, if you didn't write down the things that he said, if you need to go and rewatch this live, go do it and write those tips. They're going to take you to another level. You know, I don't get paid for this. And a lot of people's been asking me, why are you always on? Why are you doing what you're doing? I do it because this is my calling. This is what God has called me to do. This is not about money, but what you can do if you want to help me is share it. Share the life. You know, share it with people that you think want to become entrepreneurs or want to become successful, or maybe just want to do something different in their lives. Share it. Share it with them. Let them know, hey, listen, there's a better way out. Maybe you find yourself stuck. If you listen to this live, maybe you could get out of it. Share it to a group, share it to an individual, share it to anybody that you think might help. People that, at least from where I came from, a lot of times they don't believe in entrepreneurship. You know, they're just happy if you just get a job. I don't believe in that. I believe that you should find your destiny. And if your destiny is a job, that's great. For some people it is. But for other people, it's really finding what they love. It's really finding something that could get them to another level in their life. And finding people's needs and then building a business around that. Building a business around, wow, you know, I see Peter just said hello to me. But Peter just started a publishing company. And what did he do? People need to write books. So I'm going to start a publishing company. People need to do this. People need to do that. I'm going to do something to help people. And the more people you help, the more you are successful. But at the end of the day, relationships are key. All right. So love and relationships is going to be awesome. It's going to be a little juicy with my husband, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to share a little bit about what we're doing with my mom. How do you overcome? How do you pass and overcome a failed relationship? She's going to talk about that. I'm going to be talking about different relationships, right? How is your relationship? Every relationship you have godly? That's deep. Okay. Is your relationship godly? Is God in the middle of that relationship? Not just the marriage, not just boyfriend, girlfriend, relationship with your mom, relationship with your family members, relationship with pastors, relationship with your business partners. Is it godly? Okay. And we're going to get deep into this because I think that God is taking us to a different level and we need to embrace it. We need to embrace it. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy, but it is possible. And the Bible says that whatever is impossible for man, it is possible for God. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. I see Gladys just joined. God bless you, mi amor. Stephanie just joined. Vilmer, God bless you. Liz, so many people. Letty, God bless you, mi amor. So many people here. Tasha, Francis. Share the video. Share it with people. D Gunn, how are you, my love? Lisette, Louis, so many people here. Pilar. Here on Instagram, we have my mom. We got Mike Andy. I'm watching you. Oh my God, my daughter is here. God bless you, my love. I'm going to talk to you about doing a live with me. You could text me later. Okay. So relationships in general, how are they, right? How are they? How are relationships in general? We have Khadija, Sarah, mi amor, God bless you. And I hate to say the names on Instagram because nobody really puts their name. And I don't know how to say it. And I don't want to mess up your name. Okay. But we are here just sharing what God has given us. And it's okay, you know, to be successful and go to church. It's okay to go to another level and be able to serve God at the same time. We're looking for godly people that have taken what God says, that there's nothing impossible for him, to another level. Are you doing that? Are you taking it to another level? If you're in school, right? If my daughter's second year of college, she probably doesn't like to join because I always talk about her, but she's in second year of Christian college, and she still has to continue to look for God and the relationships that she's in, but still get better in everything that she's doing and everything that we're all doing. So God bless you. I am going to start sharing it. Just want to let you know, if you guys want the workbook from Prevail the book, it's free. Just DM me your email, message me your email, and I can send you the workbook. It's completely free. It took me a while to do it, but let me tell you, some people have completed it and they call me back and they're like, wow, I really found healing now. I really found restoration now. I read the book. I was crying the whole time. It opened up some wounds, but when you get the workbook, those wounds are healed. You know, when you get the workbook, you're like, oh wow, I feel healing in Jesus' name. So get the workbook, DM me, email me. You can follow me on YouTube at Jinary Arce-Cotto. You have my IG account at Prevail the Book, at Jinarycotto. If you're on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. You can like my author Jinary Cotto page. Go on the author Jinary page and like it. I'm going to be sharing a lot of things there, and eventually doing the lives from there. I just got a question. The question said, do you have the workbook in Spanish? Vilma, I'm working on it. I'm working on the workbook in Spanish. It's going to be available extremely soon, but the workbook right now is in English. I can send it to you, and we are working on the Spanish version. But thank you, because nobody had asked that before, so I really didn't pursue the Spanish. But you guys know that I have the workbook in Spanish and English. I have the audibles in Spanish and English. And very soon it's going to be in Urdu. You guys know that God has been taking me to the nations. What God is doing, I don't know. But excuse me, I have been speaking in different churches in Pakistan. I will be speaking in a church this Friday in India. It's a pastor's conference, and it's Saturday morning there, Friday night here. I'm going to be speaking in India. I also spoke in a university in Africa, in Ghana, Africa. And God is opening doors. And you know what? Sometimes you don't even know those doors are there, but you just want to be open to where God wants to take you. So you can follow me. I have my YouTube account. Everything is there. If you've missed any lives, go on the YouTube account. And all the lives are there. This live is going to be on right after we are done. So God bless you. Thank you, Vilma. Any other questions, you can DM me and we can go on. Can you believe it? Episode 26, the prevail point, episode 33. Okay, 33. I forgot the title of it. If anybody remembers it, you could put it on there. I just posted it today on Facebook and Instagram. But let me tell you, the podcast has been listened to right now is 12 different nations. How did that happen? I don't know. You know, God is just pleased. I'm in obedience, and God wants you to be in obedience too. God bless you all. Christine, you're amazing. You're always here with me, and we are ready to move forward here. Thank you, baby. My daughter's like, my mom is doing it up. That makes me very, very proud to have a daughter that's proud of me, right? That's what we do this for. Okay, so as always, I will end first on Instagram, then I will end on Facebook. So my goal for my daughter is that everybody in her college is looking at my live, and I will do a live just for Karen University. So you let me know when that happens, and I will shout them out. I will definitely shout them out. Everybody on Facebook, Instagram, God bless you. Have a blessed week. We are here to support one another. We are here to start connecting with people. If you guys want more information on with Miles Ramboyong, let me know. I can connect you to him. Last week with Claudia, let me know. I could connect you to her. With real estate, I could connect you to, if you're doing something on social media, I could connect you to Monty and so many other people that we're going to have on this live. God bless you. Have a blessed week, and I will see you next week. Bye. Beautiful. Was that good, guys? Was that good? Tell me if it was good. Was that good? Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Bye.